Welcome to Podcast Club. Today we'll be interviewing Alexis Bardy and Leigh Becker about SGA, Student Government, and NHS, National Honor Society. So, why don't you both introduce yourselves?
Cool. Well, hello everyone. My name is Alexis Bardy. I am currently the president of National Honor Society and co-pres of Student Government Association.
And I'm Leigh Becker, and I am co-president of SGA.
So one thing I was wondering is, why'd you two want to join both of your respective clubs?
That's a wonderful question. Well, I'm a very active member within my community, and I have great relationships with my teachers. So upon talking to them about my future in leadership, they suggested a lot of routes to take in order to prepare for that future while still in school. So student government provides great opportunities for getting to know your student community better, and I personally own a nonprofit organization in regards to the student community. It's known as Student Body Health, and it helps me better connect with the student community of West Palm Beach as a whole. So because of that, I was directly drawn to student government and getting involved more with our G-Star student community. However, National Honor Society presented a greater opportunity to be nationally recognized for these leadership positions. So it's what I also gravitated toward in relationship to Miss Beatty and how she has helped me along the way.
And I joined SGA because I'm really into being a part of the community and helping the community. And I thought it was really cool that I could be involved in the school and help my peers with anything that they needed. And that's why I was really attracted to it.
I know with SGA, you both are co-presidents, so how did that happen?
Well, Leigh and I have been best friends for quite a while. We work very, very well together, and we know that we can get more done if we work together. So because of that, we noticed how since SGA was online last year, there was still a lot to be done, and that community outreach wasn't as strong as it could have been with more people involved. So Leigh and I teamed up together and decided to just take it head on and work with one another.
Yeah, in junior year, that's when Bardy invited me to go to SGA, and I really liked it because I wasn't really involved in extracurriculars with being an underclassman. And being involved in it, I really liked the opportunities we could have with, like, you know, throwing events and having activities for the students. And that's why I ended up running for vice president, and then we decided it would work best if we work together and put our brains together, because we come up with some pretty cool ideas.
Absolutely.
And we're really excited for this year.
That was the plan with Madison and I too. We both ran for a vice president committee because the club has different committees.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about any of them?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So this year, we're running things a little differently. So I was a part of student government in my freshman year. I ran for a hospitality crew alongside one of my other friends. And this was a very new experience because usually people are in a group as a committee overall rather than having different groups of committees. But this year, instead of making it so that there are direct positions for just a few students, we decided to make everybody have a position. And that just involves a lot more opportunity for everybody to get more involved with what they want to do. And it totally deletes the whole aspect of popularity, because it is something we have to be concerned about while still in high school, of a election just being a popularity contest. But if we allow everybody to be involved with what they want to do, then we were able to create the committee members for student government, and it was run a little something similar to how we are currently running student government.
Yeah, I really like the idea of committees because everybody would have the opportunity to do something that they wanted, and even if, because after homecoming we will elect heads of those committees, but everybody has the opportunity to do everything, and everybody isn't excluded. You know, it's kind of like a hierarchy when we have just a bunch of people running one club, and everybody else just follows the lead of those people. And when everybody's involved and everybody has a voice, I think that's when things get done and everybody's sort of satisfied when we come together.
It's really exciting. One thing I am also curious about is, I remember that we have several projects to work on in SGA, so could you talk about any of the ones coming up?
Absolutely. So, of course, I think Leigh would be a greater opportunist for this, and I'd love to talk about some NHS events.
Yeah, So right now we are working on homecoming. That's one of the biggest things that SGA does. We plan and run homecoming, and we also do field day, which is the day before homecoming. It's usually on Spirit Week, but because of just scheduling conflicts with the soundstage, it's going to be on a different week. But we'll have a bunch of activities, music. Everybody's going to be out during lunch and for the rest of the school day, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We are also doing a thing called Friendship Finder, where everybody's going to be able to fill out a form. And if anybody's familiar with Zoe 101, it's kind of like how everybody fills out a thing and you're paired up with somebody to go to a event, and we don't want it to be a dating event. So it's kind of, we're going to create groups based on similar interests because of COVID the past 2 years. Nobody has been able to communicate, and it's all been online. And this is the first year we've had, a full year, at least so far since the beginning. So it would be really, really cool if we can get people from all different grades and all different groups to come together and sort of, get along with each other.
Yeah, Friendship Finder is going to be based on QR codes that are posted around the school, similar to how the yearbook staff has been posting different QR codes for seniors and baby pictures. We are going to post a QR code for the entire school of the Friendship Finder. And now, in regards to some National Honor Society situations, we hold events based on our community. So we go out to the community for community gatherings. And on October 30th, we are looking forward to the Breast Cancer Awareness Walk in regards to our NHS members. So for NHS, they need to fill out a couple events throughout the year, whereas SGA, all events are technically optional, although involvement is appreciated. But for NHS, we provide a lot more community outreaches for the students to get involved with so that they can feel like they were not only involved, but really made an impact on their community.
I think that's probably the biggest thing, is making an impact on as many people as you can, whether
Absolutely.
it's the school or the community.
Is there something else that you would like to mention about SGA or NHS? Like any
Yeah. Okay. So SGA is always open to new members. We are very visible within the community. There's a lot of us this year. So each person who is involved in SGA is more so a student representative. You have the power to create events for your entire student body, especially to a certain grade level you might be interested in, such as like seniors. We might be doing something special this year for the seniors in SGA and across the school. And if you have an interest to make an impact within your student community, definitely join SGA if you're interested.
Especially if you see something that you want to help out around, or if there's some sort of like awareness that you want to, bring to the student body, I guess. It would be helpful and important if you do join, so we can, help that cause. I think it's really cool when you're a part of something and you're seeing the change within the community.
And if you are interested in any other community outreaches, a part of G-Star students and what they've been doing outside of G-Star, we host a comedy group known as Blind Sheep Comedy, composed of majorly G-Star students, and we're able to be found on Instagram at bs.comedy, as well as a personal project of mine where I run a nonprofit organization I previously mentioned called Student Body Health on Instagram at Student Body Health, where I collaborate majority G-Star students, and we all go out to the community together and host events that better these students' mental and physical health. So I have had previous performances in the past in collaborating Blind Sheep and Student Body Health, and I look forward to an upcoming event this October 16th at the South Florida Science Center, which will be posted more around the school as the time comes near, but that's just something I wanted to put in a bit because I'm very proud of it.
I'm looking forward to homecoming, especially Spirit Week, Field Day, and all the other activities you both will be hosting throughout the year. So
Thank you.
Aside from obviously homecoming and prom, what other goals do you have in SGA this year?
We want to not have activities that just raise money for the school. We want to bring stuff for the students specifically, and we want to, get a lot of ideas from the student body, because I think it's really important that we give to the students, because that's the whole point of SGA. and that is one of our goals, is to have a huge project or a few projects that we just give to the students.
Absolutely. And in order to do that, we really need a lot of student participation. We want to know what everybody thinks and what they envision as events within their school. I know a lot of students are transferring from previous schools to G-Star, so we also want to hear about stuff they liked about their other schools and why they liked it, so they can give us a new perspective and eventually create better events.
And one thing I'm wondering, is there anything else that you want to tell the audience that they might not know about both the SGA and NHS? Yeah.
I actually have a little thing about that. So the sponsor of student government is Miss Snedeker. The sponsor of National Honor Society is Miss Beatty. They are both literary teachers in IB, and they communicate a lot with one another. So if we ever were to have an SGA event that needs just more participation, we would always communicate with NHS and get a larger scope of students to go and participate at a particular event. So SGA and NHS are often working with each other, especially because I'm a part of both, and because of that, we've been able to have a lot more student participation, and it's overall just a wonderful environment for the community.
That's a similar thing with the podcast club. We occasionally help with the documentary club. And in fact, a few of the people in the documentary club are helping us film.
Oh.
Cool. Well, is there anything else you guys are curious about based on clubs or just leadership in general?
I don't know, I think we've covered quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Thank you for coming on to the second episode of the StarCast, G-Star's official podcast. And if you want to contact any of them, you can plug any info that you haven't mentioned before.
Yeah, my personal Instagram is just my name, Alexis Bardy 101, and it has been since I think I was in 4th grade. So there's that.
Good enough.
I change my username very often, so I don't really remember it. But if you want to go through Bardy's followers or following, you'll find me there somewhere, or in her tagged photos.
Definitely.
Does the SGA have a social media or honor society?
We are working on one. So a part of our committee team members, we have assigned a task of creating more social media, getting more involved with the student body. So these social medias may be similar to their name title as a club. So for example, the National Honor Society Instagram will be titled National Honor Society 2021, 2022, similar to how SGA will most likely be Student Government Association, the year in which it is. So look out for those on Instagram.
Stay tuned for more episodes. They will be on the way. And if you're curious about joining the podcast club, go to Mr. Alvarez's room every Thursday during the first half of lunch.
And if you're interested about joining Student Gov, just talk to these lovely individuals right here.
It's usually hosted in J204 Miss Snedeker's room, first half of lunch every Tuesday. Are we good? All right.